What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival 2024. This is episode number 36, and in this episode, we're going to be having an AMG Sandstorm episode where we'll be working on welding up and, making the AMG Sandstorm ready for, I guess, flight, pretty much. We're going to be trying to weld up most of this stuff. Off camera, I did work on the railguns a tiny bit, mostly on the bottom part of each of the rooms. So if I go into the bottom part, we're getting a couple of lag, frame drops every now and then. So hopefully by the time we finish the AMG Sandstorm stuff this episode, that's going to go away. We'll see. But until then, we might get a couple frame drops every now and then. But yeah, I messed with the inside here, made it look a little bit nicer. We have a button right here that controls the lights down here. You can turn them on or off. We've got a nice little control panel right there. We've got some chests over here, which contain, I don't know why I call them chests, like it's Minecraft, but contain a rifle, that sort of thing. We got a sneaky little bathroom back here hiding over there. We have another armory thing, which has a pro one with some ammo and some more ammo right there. And then back here, we have a little storage area where we, it's just, for niceties, I guess. Kind of a similar thing with the other one. If I go over on this side, we can check it out. This one is a little bit different. It's got the same sort of thing with the power. Oops, power one's over here, I think. Yep, it's got the little power button right there. It's got a little control station over here. I haven't really put anything on these screens yet, but maybe I could put like the amount of ammo in each gun or something like that on that. And that would be cool. It's also got, some armories. I don't think that one has anything. Little armory over there. Nothing back there. It's kind of a bigger area, this one. But yeah, that's the off-camera stuff that I did. So, and that's right there is the frame drop that I said we might experience. So yeah, this episode we're gonna be working on the AMG Sandstorm. Actually, before we do that, there's one thing I want to do, and that's going to be trying to get those railguns set up, because last episode we got these ones built up, but these ones were missing the superconductors. So we have 50 out of 150 in here, and we have 0 out of 150 there. So let me go back to base real quick, see if I have the required gold on the base, and if we do, we're going to get those finished up, because there's a high probability that a Reaver might attack us this episode. We do actually have the superconductors. Yes, that actually should be enough. So let's go and get those built. All right, this should be both of our railguns. So here's number 1 and here is number 2, and these should work just by default because we already have the railgun controller set up. So let me do a real quick check of those to make sure, and then we'll move on to the AMG Sandstorm stuff. Yep, they do indeed work. Nice. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Awesome. I'm gonna do a real quick check of battery. So yeah, this does need a lot of power, these railguns. So if we had these going long term, we would probably want to build a couple more batteries. For now, we're not going to worry about it because this is an AMG Sandstorm episode. But I think we're going to start off our work on the AMG Sandstorm by welding up all the stuff that is up here. Although actually I say that, and before I do that, there's one thing I want to do, and that is I want to finish setting up this area. Actually, someone gave me a really cool idea that I could have this be like a captain's quarters. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. So just kind of, I mean, it's a small enough area where it could be little captain's quarters. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this the captain's quarters / lounge area. So maybe we'll have a bed over here and then a couple of chairs over there or something. Let me go grab the barista. We'll start welding up this stuff and see how far we get. Okay, maybe let's fill that up, and there we go. I think we have everything we need on the barista, so let's go ahead and press number 8 to take off, and we have a full hydrogen storage right now, so that's good. It's good that the base is refilling us all the way. Okay, so we're gonna start with the bridge that we built a couple episodes ago, the one that we kind of planned out over here. We might make a couple tweaks to it at some point, but for now, we're gonna build it up and see what it looks like before we decide if we want to make any tweaks, because I think I'm fine with how it looks for now. So let's get this whole thing welded up, see what it looks like. See, I don't like that gap right there, but I don't really think there's much I can do about that. I guess I can maybe use different windows, and that might be fine, but I don't know. Keep welding. Weld it to the limit, cause we're in it to weld it, yeah. And we actually do have heavy armor stuff on the barista. So what I think I might do is I might hop out right here and replace all these. Oh no, these are already heavy armor panels. Never mind. Okay. Good job, past Andrew. You done good. This is broken. I don't know what happened to that. I think I just maybe schwacked it. And there we go. Yeah, that thing keeps breaking. I think probably that's a design flaw, or maybe a pilot error that I keep breaking it. Okay, let's go in straight down right here. We have the thrust to be able to do this. I will move along this way. There we go. All right, perfect. And we'll back up over here. I might do as well, actually, this half armor block. All this half stuff, maybe I'll replace this with heavy because that wouldn't be the worst idea. We do have some heavy armor panels right here that we have moving around, but yeah, right here, I think this stuff should be heavy. I'm using concrete blocks still, so we're gonna have to paint this for sure. But I think what I'll do is I'll just bring this all the way back like that with the heavy armor. And same right here, bring this all the way back over there, and then we'll finish this off with these blocks. Oh, Parallax Commander is quite angry over there. He says this area is off limits. Failure to comply will result in a hostile response. I'm not too worried about that. We have the railguns after all. In fact, I almost want a hostile response in this episode so we can test out those railguns. Yeah, with the concrete armor it looks a little strange, but yeah, that's what I have here. I don't know if I like how this is positioned. Yeah, I don't know if I like this. If there were a way to like put a block right there, I would do it, but I don't think there is. So I might just make this boring. Remove that block right there, remove this block right here, make those full, and then instead of having it like this, we'll just put it like normal blocks. All right, there we go. That doesn't look that bad, I don't think. Okay, so unfortunately, a lot of this we are gonna have to weld up by hand here because the barista cannot get in these tight areas here. So we're gonna do that real quick. We're gonna get all this stuff welded up and then we'll see how it looks from the inside. I think the inside's gonna look pretty neat. It's the outside that I'm a little worried about. All right, there we go. Okay, we've got all of our consoles built up and I really like how this looks right here. I think this part looks really neat. Where you're kind of sitting here and you can look up into space. I think that's a really cool bit of design there. This though, I feel like could use some work. In fact, I almost wish this were on the outside so I can put like blocks right up alongside this, but I don't think I can do it that way. So we might be stuck with it like this. I don't think this looks that bad though. You can still see out. It's nice. All right, here we go. I think that looks pretty nice. We've got our doors built up right there. So then in here, we have the little cabin area that we can put stuff. So what do we want to do for interior design here? I'm thinking probably a bed. Well, for sure a bed. We're gonna want that somewhere. Okay, we'll do 2 beds in here just in case, you know, that it's not only the pilot that needs to sleep here. So we'll do 2 beds, one right there and one right there, kind of blocking this area off. Right here, we'll do maybe a door to kind of make this like a room. One of our offset doors I think would fit perfectly there. Okay, and then maybe just a couch right here I think would look nice. Okay, so inside the door we have our bed on the left, bed on the right, and then we have a nice little bit of greenery here, and then a little couch that kind of looks out over here, which I think looks pretty good. I wish I could put more stuff here, but unfortunately that won't, it won't let me, because this block is in the way, but, you know, it doesn't look that bad, I don't think. Okay, other little bits of cabin quarters over here, we could put like a little lounge or something, I think would look nice. All right, so the lounge room right here has a little bit of coffee. It's got a nice little TV where you can watch TV. It's got a little lounge area. It's got a plant, and then nothing really here other than some greenery. I redid this area as well, so now we have 3 beds. There's one right there, one right there. We have an aquarium, and then we have a bed right here with a slight aquarium view as well. So that's our captain / flight quarters, where up to 3 people can sleep and up to like 3 people can lounge at the same time. So yeah, that's what we got. Okay, so this area I think is looking pretty good. Let me just check the outside again. Oh, I can't go out there. I have to go out this way. I want to check what the outside looks like of this place to see if it looks decent. So all that right there is heavy armor, so I'm not too worried about anything hitting there and destroying, because heavy armor can last quite a bit. Now the outside of this doesn't look bad. Yeah, I don't think that looks bad. It is very lean, and in fact, if I could take these weapons down half a block, I would, but I don't think there's any way for me to do that. Okay, so for now, at least, I think I'm fine with the new bridge and how it looks. This right here can get removed. So this was from where the Apocalypse clan, or whatever they were, built up this scaffolding to take over our ship. So we can remove that there. And then I think the next thing that I wanted to do was revamp how this bridge looks, because this bridge right here has seen a lot of damage and it definitely needs an update. It was never like amazing in the first place. It really only had 1 control seat and that was it. So we're gonna revamp this, make it look a little nicer. Let's grab the barista over here and see if we can weld up a little bit of that with the barista, or fix up a little bit of the deformed blocks over there. So let's unlock that and get out here. get out here for welding. That's a bit of a tight squeeze right there, but we should be able to get in there. Like from this angle. And let's see what we can do. There's a bit of a heavy armor block right there. I don't remember. I think a lot of this is heavy armor, right? This heavy armor? Yeah, a lot of this. Wow. Oh my gosh. We were just using heavy armor for everything. I think at the start of when we were building this, we tried to like make everything heavy armor, and then we eventually slowed down on that, which is why a lot of the top blocks are light armor. We realized we were going to make the ship very, very heavy. Okay, I think that's all the deformed blocks that I got. Maybe I can get this one right here. And we'll go ahead and actually we'll land back at the base here because we're getting a little bit low on hydrogen. So let's give us a bit of a refuel. Okay, so unfortunately we lost a couple blocks right here. So I think I'm gonna use light armor for this. Let me grab some steel plates. I think we're gonna have to go all the way over here where our blocks are, or where our containers are, and then we'll work on bringing it in like this. I think maybe like that. So I think that's kind of how we had it before, right? I don't fully remember how we had it, but it was definitely something like this. We had these blocks coming all the way down, and then yeah, we had our little bridge up there. We had a stairwell going up to that level, so let's maybe put that back. Maybe I'll use a ramp or stairs or something. Maybe I'll do something like that with the corridors. I'm thinking one of our little corner console blocks right there would look nice, and then maybe bring it around that way, and then maybe one of our little edge console blocks right there. Look pretty good. Oops, put it in the wrong place. Okay, here's my current renovation of this room here. It's got a little section up here, kind of similar to what it had before, and then it's got a little section down here with buttons that it did not have before, because these blocks didn't exist at the time that we built this ship. We'll put some normal armor right there and some normal armor right there, kind of giving us a lot of armor on the side here. And then I think that's going to be pretty good for this this little renovation here. I think this block is going to come up this way, so I don't know how we're going to... Maybe we'll just carry this on like that or something. I don't remember exactly how we had this looking before, but... Okay, actually welding all this stuff up is going to be a little tricky, so I think what I'm going to do is remove these blocks so that the barista can get in here. And then we'll use the barista to weld up this stuff, because it's a lot of steel plates and a lot of... whatever this stuff requires. Interior plates, construction components, that sort of thing. So let's get the barista in here. Let's weld up everything we can, and let's continue with that. All right, welding mission, here we go. Let's get everything welded that we possibly can down here. And we're replacing a lot of the heavy armor with light armor, but I think that's fine, because we did have a little bit of trouble taking off originally. We had to add a bunch more thrusters. So switching out a bunch of the heavy armor for light armor is probably going to be a welcome change. Especially considering we don't need all the heavy armor. It's a little bit hairy, but we're able to get there. Okay, nice. That is now welded. Can we sneak up here? I wonder if I can get some of this stuff. This is all heavy armor. These little plates down here. So if I can get those welded up, that's going to save me some time. But I might be actually out of metal grids because I didn't replenish those. Yeah, okay, that's the problem. All right, well, let's get ourselves out of here. We'll replace the glass that we removed. And then... yeah, a lot of these require metal grids, so... Okay, let's weld up the rest of these windows, and we'll see what it looks like once we're done with this. Should look pretty good, I'm thinking. Okay, there we go. Those are now in. Maybe I'll get these welded up, and let's hop inside to see what it looks like from the inside. Here's our little dance floor. Really gotta set that thing up again. But anyway, going inside the little cockpit down here, let's see what it looks like. It's unpainted. We're going to paint everything a little bit later, but we have a nice little area right there. We have this area where you can see up there. Maybe I can put a little stairway up there and make a second, you know, place or something. I don't know. But then we have this area up here also. See, if I put a second place there, I mean, I guess I could remove you and then put some catwalks, maybe? Just going across like that, and then we could put, I don't know, something here, like a little lounge. Okay, maybe I'll put like a second control station over here or something. So we'll have this control station, then over here we'll have just like a second one. I got a lot of control stations over here, but this will be kind of like the main cockpit, and then the one above there is like the combat cockpit, I think. Or maybe the opposite way, I don't know. All right, second control station is up and almost running. Need some interior plates for that guy. But everything else is built up, nice. Okay, I think this is a huge upgrade. I like the ceiling better. I think before we had a column over there in the middle or something. I forget exactly what we did, but yeah, I like this a lot better, I think. And once we paint it, it's gonna look even better. Especially this little area down here looks really cool. Okay, I've had a little go at trying to redesign how this kind of comes up. Before, I think it was just a straight block like this, kind of going along that, but I've kind of angled it a little bit more, and I'm gonna angle these as well. I'm thinking I might wanna maybe redesign the front a little bit as well, to be a little more angular also. I'm trying to make some subtle redesigns. I mean, I guess that's not that subtle, but it's a little subtle. Subtle redesigns across the entire ship so that when we convert this to be the AMG Snowstorm, it looks a little bit different from the AMG Sandstorm. Because we could very easily just, you know, rebuild everything, like fix everything up. But I think it'd be cooler if we just have a couple of redesigns here and there that give it a little bit of a different look. This, for instance, is a bit of a redesign. It used to be one of these blocks going up like that. But I've found that this looks a little bit better doing it like that. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. I think I might want to curve this down a little bit more. Maybe I bring... I could potentially bring this down. Well, I kind of like it like that, actually. We don't really have a lot of room off the front here to work with. We only have really one block of space off the front there that we could put blocks. Because I think while we made this definitely wide enough, we didn't make it necessarily long enough to do any major work. I mean, we made it barely long enough to support this. I think maybe right here we're gonna use some, like we're gonna curve this a little bit differently. So we'll curve it down like that, and then we'll fix this right here so it looks a little bit better. But we'll curve it like that, and then we'll kind of bring it inward from there. Or maybe not this. Maybe we'll do it like this with this block. All right, there we go. I think that's the angle that we're looking for this, and that kind of makes it look really nice. So I want to copy this and use this right here as well, so we have the same angle coming back this way, and I think that'll look pretty good. So we'll go out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll start curving in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll start curving in there as well. Okay, we're working in the dark now, but luckily this area has a lot of pretty good lighting. I'm trying to figure out how to make this stuff symmetrical. So I think what I need to do is this right there, and then this, oops, don't respawn me, please. Even though we wouldn't respawn very far. This right here. So let's get these built up with what we can. There we go. Do the same thing right there. That's one of the hard parts, not building in creative mode. You don't have symmetry blocks and stuff. Like you can't make things symmetrical. I think that should be a part of survival, even being able to just like place a block here and then it places on the other side. Maybe it just uses 2 components or something like that. Symmetry mode would be very valuable, but alas, there's no option for it. Okay, so we've come in on this side, 1, 2, and I think we come in down here too. Okay, something like that. I'm gonna have to redesign how this comes in though, to kind of meet up with this. Okay, what I could do is I could bring this down 1 block, and if I do that, yeah, if I bring that down 1 block, then it would kind of fit. It would make the ship look a little different, but it shouldn't be bad different. It should be fine. So that would come up, oh, but then this would be in the way of that. But I could move that. It's down here. Is that a passage? Yeah, that's a passage. I can move this though. Air vent full. Is that meeting up with anything else? Like this right here could get removed and turn into another air vent. Okay, so with these changes, this is now down to this level right here, which means maybe I'll change how this goes a little bit by bringing this all down 1 block or something. Put a stairwell down here, have this go down 1. And then have this all be down 1 block. I don't think that would look that bad. Okay, I've redesigned the entire room here. I've given it a lot more glass, and I've redesigned this angle right here. So I'm gonna make this kind of fit in with this somehow. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. And I'm doing the same on this side as well. So it's gonna kind of look a little similar. And I'll figure out how to make this look a little bit more cohesive. So yeah, by the end of this, it's gonna look a little bit better. But I need to figure out how to angle this so that it kind of meets up with that, or something along those lines. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It's kind of angled now here. I still need to figure out what to do here, but I mean, this isn't, yeah, it's not that bad. Okay, I think this room is actually coming along pretty nicely. We have the dance floor is still, you know, it's still here. Then we've got the bottom area, which is going to be sort of a lounge with a bunch of little chairs and aquariums and stuff, which are going to be really cool. And then we've got the windows, of course, which there are a lot more of now. A lot more windows pretty much everywhere, which I think is going to look kind of cool. I wonder what this looks like from the outside. We still have a couple of holes in here that we can go in. Yeah, okay. I think I kind of like it. Maybe I put like a support there or something for realism's sake. Yeah, I might do that. There's a truss block that I can put, actually. Not one of those. One of these right here. Just a truss right there would look good. And I could technically put another truss here if I wanted to. But I think just the one truss is going to be fine. Oh my god, it actually still works. Wow, I just tried the button and yeah, it definitely still works just fine. Our dance room with the script over there is indeed doing the dance thing. Nice, I like it. Okay, glad that works. Yeah, we have an off button, we have a white button in case we want it to just look white, and then we have a dance button, of course. Very cool. All right. I guess I could expand the dance area to be a little larger if I wanted to, but I don't know. All right, all welded up. This is what the room now looks like with the crazy window setup. I think it looks pretty good. We have a little lounge area all the way back here with a little lead in to the restroom, which I think looks pretty nice and looks a lot better than what we had before, which was just kind of a restroom sitting there. Over here we have our bar, which you can get back to if you crouch right here. You can get back to this area if you need to do like serving or anything. We have, of course, this, which works. First one turns it to white light, second one turns it to dance mode with the script back there, and then the third one turns it off again. Then finally down here we have the lounge area, which has drinks, of course. We have another little lounge area over here where you can hang out, grab a coffee, grab a, you know, don't grab a fish, preferably. I mean, you can look at the fish. We've got a secondary bathroom over here, in case you need to use one that actually has a door. We have another lounge area right here with fish, more lounging, and that's this place. I think this is what we're gonna do when we're working on the AMG Sandstorm here. We're going to just go room by room and pretty much renovate, make it look a little bit nicer. So yeah, that's this room done. We'll do painting afterwards. We'll do a larger painting job. For now though, I think I like how it's looking. Good stuff. And of course, from the outside, from the outside, this is what it looks like once it's all welded up and stuff, which I think looks pretty cool. It's not bad at all. Okay, I think for this area of the ship, I'm fine with what we have here. We're gonna have to do a little bit of work actually fitting this in with the bit right there, but I think I'm gonna do that off camera because I'll probably need to do some trial and error trying to find out how I wanna reshape this edge. What I will do here though, in this episode, is we're gonna add a couple more weapons because these three are great and all, but I think we probably want a couple more of them. Now, I like having a designated landing pad here. And in fact, let me just paint this so that I know that this is kind of our designated landing pad. I'll throw plop, 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 plop right there. That's kind of like a place where a ship can land. And in fact, it kind of encompasses, it should really encompass a little bit more as well. Maybe a block back. I might redesign how these guns are as well. But again, I'll probably, off camera, I'll probably do a little bit of work on redesigning this section of the ship. And then also kind of the edges here, just to give it a new shape if that's what I want. I'll do a little bit of experimenting to see what I decide to do, but I'll mark that as a potential area right there so that, you know, maybe that is the area I want for a landing pad. I'll just make sure I have this area marked out. I think there's a decent chance that I end up moving this giant gun forward a little bit, or putting smaller guns here, one right there and one right there, or something like that. I don't know. We're gonna do something with the guns. Here's what we'll do in this episode. Let's just work on the custom turrets that we had here. And in fact, maybe we don't make them custom turrets this time, because these are side turrets. So they don't need to have as like the most firepower, right? Well, it's probably a good idea. Yeah, let's get our custom side turrets back up and running, because they're something that are missing. And now that we know how to pretty easily get turrets set up, let's go ahead and attach this right here. Oh, I guess not attach. I want to add a rotor head. Yep, just like that. And we'll do the same on this guy right here. All right, this should be the turrets. Well, okay, we're missing a couple of those pieces right there, the construction components, but let's see if we can get some of this stuff in. Yep, some of the steel plates. But we're still missing quite a bit. All right, there's all of our rotors up and running. Let's get the hinges next. So we'll do, we'll just face them that way, I think. We're gonna have to do the technique. You guys know the technique I'm talking about, where you put the small hinges in there. We've done it a couple times with these turrets over here. So we're gonna have to do that on all of these turrets. So it's just 4 turrets. But that is easier than what we did before. Originally, when we put these in, we actually had a ship fly around and position itself to get those small grids to connect. And that was a pain. That took a long time. But now we know that we can just do this with a rotor. Okay, so this should connect right here. If I've got this set up correctly, we'll hit attach and then kablam. Okay, that one is connected. Let's do the other one on the other side here with the same setup. There we go. There it is set up, and let's go ahead and attach that. Perfect. Okay, so we've got these in place now. So now we should be able to remove this guy, and we'll go do the same thing on the other side. And then we have 3 turrets we need to set up. So last time, I think what we did is we had one of them as a Gatling turret, one of them as an autocannon turret. I don't think that's a bad idea, actually. Maybe we'll do the same thing. We'll have one be a Gatling and one be an autocannon. Maybe auto back here, Gatling right here. Because I think that provides a decent level of firepower for both of these. So yeah, we're gonna have these 2, but we're also going to add more at some point. I think I want to add some front-facing guns, and then also a couple more top and bottom-facing guns. But I need to figure out where I want to put those. And I think before I do that, maybe I need to redesign the hull, like kind of up here and down here as well. I actually wonder if I can attach both of these at the same time. Let's try this one. Attach. No, it does not like this one. Let's try this one over here. Attach. Nope, it doesn't like it. So it must be that if it's in position for 2 of them, it can't quite do it. So let's try this one again. No, it still doesn't like it. Really? Oh, there we go. Okay, now I was able to get it attached. So now I wonder if I can get this one to attach on the same thing. Yeah, it looks like if I detach and then attach it, it actually works pretty well. So now if I remove this, what's gonna happen? They're both connected to the same bit now. So if I build this up and try to rotate it, am I gonna summon Clang? Let's see. Give this a velocity. Okay, I think I summoned Clang. What if I give it more torque? Oh my god. This is dangerous. I'm just gonna let it ride though and see what happens. I feel like this was a mistake, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together. Consider this an experiment. Well, so far it's holding steady. I feel like we've created a catapult. Maybe I should stand back a little bit. I feel like what we have here is basically a very, very high-strung tension line. And if we were to break a piece of this, we'd be sent flying. Let's try it. Let's land on it and break this and see what happens. All right, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I guess that's not really what I was expecting. Okay, that's more of what I was expecting. Where the heck did that just go? Well, I think it's like achievement get in the top right corner. Send a piece of debris into space. Okay, well now I have to manage to put this back. Oh god, torque down. Okay, there we go. That took a second, but we finally have this attached and we have these both set up. All right, so now we're gonna set up the actual turrets on them. I need to rotate these so that they're properly in place. So let me send this out a little bit. All right, let's let me break this piece right here. And let's get to work on these guns. So this one right here is gonna be a Gatling gun, and this one right here is going to be an autocannon gun. And then we'll have more creative weapons kind of in different places around the ship. But these ones right here are just gonna be kind of little defense weapons. I need to get energy, I'm at 1%. Caught that at the last possible moment there. But yeah, let's get these weapons set up. And hopefully they can help us defend the AMG Sandstorm from Reavers if they do happen to attack. We haven't gotten a Reaver attack all episode, which kind of surprises me because we have these 2 very nice new weapons sitting up here that are begging to be attacked. But anyway, yeah, let's start with these ones right here. We'll get our heavy armor blocks. I guess we'll start with the actual components there. Okay, so we'll go out probably just 1 block right here. and then we'll get in the weapons. Oh gosh, we have little rocket launchers. I'm not gonna put rocket launchers on this thing, but we will absolutely go for these Gatling guns. One right there, one over on this side, and then one on the other two sides as well. 4 Gatling guns, it's kind of our standard, and I'm not gonna change that now. However, what we might do is if we do custom turrets kind of up top over here, we might do a bigger custom turret where it's gonna have more than 4, I don't know. It's probably not a bad idea. We'll do auto cannons, we're not gonna do railguns. Although again, having a little railgun turret might not be a bad idea either, assuming we put more batteries on the AMG Sandstorm. All right, with just these pieces, the gun should be functional as soon as we connect it to a turret controller, but we're gonna add a couple more bits of armor on it as well. So let's do that. We'll go down here, grab the blocks for some armor. I think I'm kind of liking something like this. We have these little weird little pillar things right there, but I kind of like it. In fact, maybe what I'll do is I'll throw on some of these as well, kind of on the sides and stuff. Toss one of those right there and right there. Same on this side. And then kind of in the front like that, we'll do maybe angled ones. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, so that's one of the turrets done with the armor and stuff. Let's do the same for this one. We'll make this one look very similar. It's nice seeing these guns go back up again. It's been a long time since these have been active. They were pretty much, I think they were destroyed by the time we got to the AMG Sandstorm, so in the crash. Although one of them might have been active, I don't remember. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so those two are now active and looking good. And again, I'll do a paint pass on everything a little bit later. So right now I'll just keep everything that I add gray so that, you know, by the end of doing all this work, we can see what we've added, all this gray stuff, and what was original, which would be this nice, well, nice. I mean, this frozen color right here. So we've got to do the same thing on these ones. Let's get this stuff built up. We'll go ahead and build up these things first. Well, yeah, this is pretty much going to be a copy of what was on the other side, so I'm probably going to skip this stuff, and I'll come back once those guns are up and running. Independent contractor spawned. I thought that was a Reaver for a second. I was kind of excited. I'm hoping a Reaver does attack at some point in this episode, because I'd like to see our railguns in action. But so far, we haven't had much luck there. All right, there's both of these guns up and running now. I need to name all the parts as well, so I forget how we were naming these. Let me see what we named that. Port Custom Gat Rotor. So this will be Port Custom Gat Hinge, and then this one must be the Port Custom Autocannon Rotor. That'd be Port Custom Autocannon Hinge. Okay, so let's name these the same way so that we know what they are real quick. Okay, the guns are all set up. I just need to put them in here. So let me actually get them like set up. I've named them all. Port Custom Gat Controller. So this is gonna be Port. All right, here's the autocannon setup. And it has ammo, so the autocannon is ready for, you know, combat. Okay, that's 1 out of 4. Let's continue. All right, this one is set up. Guns work. Everything's fine. Nice. Okay, next. All right, this one should be set up as well. Let's give it a test. Yep, works fine. And next one. Last one, actually. All right, this one is set up as well. Okay, all of our custom turrets right here are now back up and running, and that's good. That means the next Reaver that attacks us is gonna face that. I guess I'll get these up and running too. Why not? If I have a box, I can go too. Let's see if I have the stuff. Okay, we're missing the computers, but I can just grab them from the main base. I don't know why I want this thing up and running, but it's here, so might as well conquer it. And I don't think it should shoot at me, right? Yeah, it's friendly now. Awesome. Okay, we got our custom turrets up and running now, and that's a good step forward. We also got this room set up very nicely, and we got this bridge set up pretty nicely as well, in addition to this other bridge that we got built up. And I think that's probably going to be a good place to end this episode. Usually I try to go a little bit longer, but I'm running out of time to get this one out, so I'm trying to hurry it up here so I can get an episode out for you guys. Next episode, hopefully a Reaver attacks us. I was really hoping it happened this episode so that we could test out our new railguns that we built last episode, but it's gonna have to wait until next episode. Off camera, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of sculpting work on this, trying to make this look a little bit nicer, testing out a couple of different designs and that sort of thing. So when we come back, we should be able to really get this AMG Sandstorm up and running, and we'll have, you know, more of a more of an idea of where we're going with that. But with that said, if you'd like to offer any suggestions in the comment section, feel free to do so for how you want the AMG Sandstorm to look. It'll be the AMG Snowstorm, so a new name means possibly a new design as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the changes we've made and what we could do to make it look a little bit better. With that, we're going to end this episode here. Next episode, hopefully a river attacks us. We'll see what happens. But if you liked it, please hit the like button. Put your comments, your suggestions down below in the comments section. I'm getting ahead of myself. And I will see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.